And correct me if I'm wrong, one of those records, maybe the last one or so, I think I was reading something about it. Did y'all go in not having written anything, which is would be the inverse of what you're talking about now, and sort of writing the record as you went within your studio time, basically?
Yeah, actually, exactly. We're doing the exact opposite for this record because, well, actually, the two last ones, Millennials and Watchwinders, we just rented a place. Like Millennials, it was just a random house, like in the German countryside, like, and it's a friend's house, and we rented it and brought like all the gear to actually record in this house, and we wrote and record the album there. Louis was in charge of like Louis, our singer, so he was in charge of like all the engineering.
Yeah.
And we did this again, but closer in a proper studio for Watchfinders, so the last album. And the process was actually a lot more difficult, I think, and that's why we decided to go another way for this new record. Also, like we did a lot of this like very urgent, heavy, fast, very crusty, noisy stuff, and I don't know, man, we're getting old, and we kind of want to write proper songs now because we're getting older, I guess, like, and fatter and everything, so we can play as fast as we used to. So I guess it's more like mid-tempo, heavy ballads for what we're gonna be like daddies or something like that at
Right,
some point, you know?
right. Man, I love the idea of renting out a house and going out in the German countryside. I've been out there before, and it's absolutely beautiful. I haven't been to Switzerland, although I've heard that it's also really beautiful. But I love the idea of just renting a house and going out there, and whether you write the whole record and record it there, or everything is pre-proed out and you go and do it. Either way, I like the idea of everybody being in a house together and doing that. But how long were y'all in that house when y'all did it that last time?
Both time we were about like four weeks together.
Amazing.
But the last, like the first time, like in the when we were in the German countryside, it was, I mean, we were really in the no man's land. Like we were in a tiny village. We didn't know anyone in the village, and so it was really us, like completely alone, like out there. And the last time we did it, it was much closer to home, so we could like now and then just go out and see some friends, families, go to a birthday party or whatever. So it was more difficult somehow, but we were a lot closer to civilization, if I can call it this way. But it's a great process, and it's like Coigans, we loved, working like in this kind of like urgency mood, like all the time, because
Uh huh.
when we started the band, we were like all three of us. I mean, now we're four people, but when we started, it was just Louis, Jonah, and me.
Mm-hmm.
All three of us were really busy with the ocean.
Uh huh.
Coigan's agenda always really depended on the ocean agenda. So whenever we had time in between tours or in between whatever we were doing with the ocean, we would run to the rehearsal room, write some riffs, write some songs, and just tour again with Coigans in between ocean tours. So,
Damn.
but slowly but surely, the process really use you, and it's difficult like to cope with this as a band and on the human side and everything. So now we needed to really take the time to do this new record, and I don't think I would do it again now. It was great to do it, but now, I mean, we've been there, done this, and now we want to do something else, I guess.
That's wild. Would y'all just make like booze and beer and food runs like every few days when y'all were isolated kind of out in that little German town?
Yeah, totally. Like actually, there was one supermarket, and we would buy just beers and stuff. Like we would cook by on our own, and so we tried just to keep like all the expenses as low as possible, of course, So
Mm-hmm.
so we would just go and like whoever, like when I was done with drums, I would obviously cook more, like and just prepare the food and the meals for the other ones. Like I mean, Jonah recording guitars while Louis was taping it, like, I mean, engineering it. And we took about, I think, and I'm not lying, and this is disgusting, but I think we took about 2 showers each through this month. Like, so
Really? God damn.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, man. Like, I don't know if I should say that, but it was like the friend who was renting us the house. Actually, his neighbor, he was really friendly, and he was bringing us like food and stuff sometimes and weed or whatever. And he would take us like one night. It was like, oh, there's this band, like friends of ours, this band called Heads. I don't know if you've heard of
Uh-uh.
them. They're an amazing band, German band, and they were playing like somewhere around the village, like in another town, and they took us out for this show. The friends of ours, of course. So that was our only single night out of the whole month. So we got wasted, and it was drag us out the bar and back into the car, and bring us to the house and almost putting us to bed because we were so wasted because it was our only night out, but it was really fun though.
Damn.
I'm not lying to you. We were like cavemen, really.
That's amazing. God, what a story. That I did not know that the extent of which you had isolated yourselves. That's so cool, man.